Yo! What's good? It's your bro Lo, and I'm bringing you guys another saucy trading video! You know what I'm saying? So, what's good, y'all? Nah. I ain't redoing that shit. Anyways, yo, what's good, y'all? Hope you guys have had a good day. You feel me type shit. I'm going to get right down into business. Boom. We're up $500 for today. $750 for the week. Only trading 2 days. 2 winning days, 2 consecutive winning days, right? You feel me? But I'm gonna break down exactly the trades that I took. I took NASDAQ sells and I took ES buys, right? I think it was buy. Yeah, it was a buy on ES. And I'm gonna show you guys how it went. Like this, if you look at it right now, you can already see like the possible trade that I took for sales, right? But to break it down, if you go to the daily chart, weekly chart, all we did was run out the previous weekly high. We've been ran out the previous weekly high. We ran out the previous daily high, right? So when I went into the 4-hour time frame, we were at this up close candle, right? So for the first buy that I was thinking on taking was right here for ES, right? So after we ran out this Asia low, I went ahead and took a buy right in there. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the execution that I took. All right, so I took ES right here off of this order block, these last down close candles, especially after we closed above at least 50% of this range right here, of this down move right here. All of this was just a Judas swing to me, and I was targeting this accumulation right here. So this is like a market maker buy model with this fractal right here, right? So I entered way before 9:30 open because I was confident in that trade. And then as you can see, we have this hourly balanced price range. As soon as price closed right through it, I was looking for it to start running during this macro. So you can see it was like very choppy all within here, right? Very high resistant, and then we finally got that run up into there. My target was up here. I did as soon as we did have that run up in here, and midnight open price is here. If this was going to be a bullish day, then this breaker was going to hold in midnight open price, right? So what I did was, as soon as price closed and started coming down towards this breaker, which you're going to see in a second. So boom, I went ahead and entered 6 more contracts within there. It came very deep, pause, within this FEG and this PD array, right, which is a balanced price range to me. Because of all this back and forth, working within this range, this was all balanced. So I was thinking that I was going to use that even during the open and just run up and start running up into those highs and be a bullish day. So we finally got a bit of a run, right? Bit of a run above this high. Held the consequent encroachment of this balanced price range, right? So you could look at it right here. So that balanced price range right there, that hourly FEG, consequent encroachment, the middle of that right there, that little blue line. I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, it kept holding that. So it was kind of going back and I was kind of back and forth, like, okay, it could still go up, but at the same time, this looks like it could go back. But my stop is in place, right? If it was to go through all of this and knock me out, then it's most likely bearish. So boom, it knocked me out, right? Let's go ahead and break down where it knocked me out and my thought process after it knocked me out, right? So after ES knocked me out at a very, very small loss, right? Wait, what the fuck? Way smaller than my normal risk, right? After it knocked me out, my idea, even before when I came into the market, I was looking at NASDAQ, and I saw on the 4-hour you had that imbalance right here, right? So, and you can see that down close candle had closed at 6 o'clock, had closed below this up close candle. Actually, both of these two consecutive up close candles, which is like a CSD, right? So when I had got knocked out, it was most likely that price was drawn within here on a 4-hour basis, right? And on a daily basis, since we took out the previous daily high, it could reach inside of this up close candle. So when I seen that, I got interested in selling NASDAQ, and I'm gonna show you guys that sell. Also with ES, how ES held the consequent encroachment of this right here, that gave me more confidence that price was going lower towards that 4-hour FEG, even though I started off the day bullish, right? So let's go ahead and get right into that execution, and I'll catch you guys after that. So a little post trade breakdown, right? So after I had saw that, I entered the trade, and I once I entered my contract sizes here, I entered one more as soon as price was going above it, because I'm not afraid to sell when it's going higher, even though it closed above. Oh shit. Even though it closed above this FEG right here, this was my main PD rate, this up close candle right in here. So the opening price of that was important. This was okay. I wasn't tripping on much on that close, but if it did not close back through it, I would have became a little bit iffy if it didn't start closing back below this up close candle. So after that happened, after the bodies closed through here, this was just gonna look like it was gonna hold, and then you had that huge spike right at 952, right at 952, that took price right here and left this low right here. So I was thinking that maybe this was gonna be the move right here to go lower. So what I did was I scaled in here, right? Scaled in here, and then expecting price to just drop through there, and then you can see 10 o'clock get a huge spike up and took out my trailing, my stop loss that was moved right in here, which I should have kept it right above here. right? Should have kept above there, and then it immediately closed back below here. So what I did was I just re-entered, right? Because bodies tell the story. I wasn't worried about that wick. It still held that FEG. It has still held this down close candle before this move up, which is a mitigation block, right? Still have those relative equal lows. So I was still confident in there. I was real confident that I scaled in one more time right in here. I'm only risking about $500 for the second trade. Second trade, boom, it went down, went back through this down close candle right here, which is the previous 4-hour low, right? So you can see right here, this was the previous 4-hour low. If you measure that out in time, as soon as price came back into that 4-hour low, because if it's bearish, if this 4 hour is bearish, this shouldn't be a stop hunt right here. So if this is not a stop hunt, this is where they're gonna pair their orders to go lower, because they're aggressively selling, not aggressively buying, right? So boom, it went below this up close candle, came back into it right here as soon as we closed back below the opening price, went into it, and then we finally hit the first target, right? So I went ahead and took like 3 out because this is the 4-hour fair value gap. I'm trading against the higher time frame bullish trend, right? Even though the last 3-hour candles, the last 4-hour candles were bearish, or the last 2 were bearish, and it's more probable that I could give a retracement, right? But it hit that target, it hit that 4. It didn't have to go lower. So once we hit that, all I was doing was scaling out every time we hit the 0.75 right here. So I was scaling out there, scaled out more after we was taking out lows, scaled out more at the 0.25 because it could go lower. Then I was paying attention to this right here, seeing if this was gonna be a potential CSD to go higher, to maybe get back above here. It wasn't. It didn't hold this down close candle. It went back through a up close candle, used that, and then finally ran right to my last target, which is that consequent encroachment of that 4-hour FEG, right? Because it doesn't have to continue from there, hit the consequent encroachment. That's enough for me. It doesn't have to fill it all the way in. You feel me? I got the lion's portion of the move. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's the trade, man. That's my day. Basically, 1 out of 2. I mean, one out of 1 type shit. Took a loss, right? Actually took 2 small losses. Basically, took 2 small losses, but got a big win to put the equity curve, the P&L curve back up. Yeah, know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys enjoyed that breakdown. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, sub to the motherfucking channel. You know what I'm saying? So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Be safe. Trade safe. Have a good day.